Is it better to run Facebook ads for your business, or should you be running Google ads?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing to consider is people are asking us all the time, are Facebook ads dead? And when you hear a stat like almost 60% of the spend is just there in Google, it tells you pretty quick that no, it's nowhere near dead, and in fact, it's alive and well. People wouldn't be spending hundreds of billions of dollars on these platforms if it didn't work. And so really it all comes down to where does it work best and where does it work best for each individual business.
As much as we like to make fun of Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook had 2.8 billion people use the platform last month. Google, same thing. Billions of people using these platforms. So the attention is there. But again, the question is, which one should you be using to advertise your business? So Austin has a background in the last 10 years running ads on these platforms. So I wanted to bring him onto the YouTube channel today to talk about this. So give us a high-level overview of like what kind of ads are run on Google and then what kind of ads are run on Facebook.
Yeah, so Google is going to be very heavily search intent focused. So if you are in the business of selling a service or a product that people need right at the given moment of their search, that's where you want to be. And really that goes for Google, Microsoft, Amazon, anything that's search query based. And so, if you're selling a service right now, it's about to be spring and more people are selling, lawn mowing services, landscaping services. I had someone run over my mailbox, and so I'm in the, market for masonry services now. And so when you think about who should be on those specific platforms, really the first people I would say need to be on there are those who sell those types of products and services that people need at any given moment, and they're going to search for it first thing.
It's important to caveat too that like we're talking about people with limited advertising budgets. This is not a video for like a Coca-Cola per se, or somebody doing, let's call it over $10 million a year in actual revenue, because you have a much larger marketing budget. You can hit all the different marketing channels. This video specifically is for somebody that is running a smaller business that has a limited advertising budget and may only be able to choose Facebook or Google as the actual platform that they're spending their ads on. So Google, high intent products, those are the ones that are going to get us the best ROI.
Sure.
We don't really want to do a lot of branding when it comes to Google. You can, it's just not really what that platform is made for. It's like Google is for, I need a specific thing right now, get it to me. And those are generally the ads that do the best.
Yeah, and really it totally depends on where, which Google property you want to use. You've got the search, which is kind of the standard Google product people think about. That's, the sponsored ads right there at the top of the search results. But you can also consider YouTube's a part of Google. Google Display Network is a part of Google. Their shopping network is a part of Google. If you type in, you need a specific part for something at home, you'll probably see that carousel of products at the top there, and that is an example of a shopping ad. And so you can buy those. Sometimes they'll give them to you for free if you're plugged into Google Merchant Center, but traditionally, those are the different areas that you can play in. And so really, it's important to test the different options that are available to you and sort of figure out what works best for your business.
Is it fair to say like people that are looking up things on Google know what they're looking for?
To an extent. I mean, sometimes they might not know exactly what they're looking for, but in my example earlier, if I'm looking for a masonry service, I know that I need someone who can rebuild a mailbox. Ideally, I would prefer to not, pay an I would probably prefer not to pay an extravagant amount of money. And so, I'm looking for masonry services that fix mailboxes near me for an affordable price. And when you think about who your core customer is as a business, you want to consider those things that people find important. So don't just focus on the product, but also focus on the features, focus on how you can sell it and what works best traditionally to sell the product or service, because really you should know this better than anyone else.
Yeah. Well, what about Facebook ads? What are the strengths of actually running Facebook ads?
Yeah, so while Google is going to be very intent focused, the nature of a platform like Facebook or Instagram or TikTok is that really those people are on those platforms to engage with content. They're there to get a break from the normal day-to-day that they might be living in. And so really your goal for Facebook or Instagram or TikTok is to stop the scroll. So you want to have something that's visually eye-catching, something that will intrigue the customer immediately, get them to stop, read your headline, read your copy, click the link, and then learn more about your product. And so if you have a product that's very visually appealing, it might not be I need it right now, but something that once people have experienced it, once people have seen it, understand what it does, they want it. That's a great opportunity for you to start to dabble in the Facebooks, the Instagrams, the TikToks.
Yeah. So it's almost like Facebook is better when I don't know I want something. And it's like something that catches my eye. It makes me really interested, and then I almost impulse buy it in a weird way.
Yeah, potentially. But the other cool thing about the meta side is that you can target people very specifically on their past behaviors, their interests, things that they have taken action on in the past. And so while it can be impulse, you can also target people who have displayed some sort of an interest in your products or services, or in the industry at least. And then you can put your product in front of them so that you're now in consideration along with your competitors.
Got it. So, end of the day, which one should these people choose?
Yeah, the real end of the story here is that you need to be testing both, most likely. If you've got the budget, we highly recommend you test both. But if you're a product or service that people need at a specific moment, I would recommend you start with search. If you're not, and you're more a visually appealing type of product, and you need to just have people see it before they know they want it, I would start to lean towards more of the social side of things rather than search.
What's the minimum ad spend, though, to test on both of those platforms?
Yeah, I mean, I would probably say you should be looking at setting a budget of about $50 a day, which comes out to $1,500 a month. That's probably the lowest amount you should spend on any one campaign. Unless you're going after some looser goals like awareness or page growth or something along those lines, and you're not trying to sell a product. But yeah, that $1,500 mark is a good sweet spot that allows you
per platform.
Correct, yeah, per platform, per campaign. That allows the platform to get enough results to actually optimize well.
Yeah, at the end of the day, if you had to choose only one of the platforms, my advice is that unless you are a high intent product or service, like the examples we've given here, lawn care services near me, dental offices near me, possibly even like protein supplements, like there are certain things that are high search intent that maybe this would work for. But for the most part, Meta is such a powerful advertising platform still today, even after all the iOS 14 updates and everything else, that Meta is probably where, if I only could choose one, and like let's say I only had $1,500 a month to spend on advertising, I'd probably choose Meta to run a campaign about, with a little bit of awareness, a little bit of conversion in there too. But like if you only had to pick one, which one would you pick?
Yeah, I mean, the cool thing about Meta is that you're really able to capture the people who are taking action on your ads to then retarget down the road. That's one of the reasons I like it maybe the most when we talk about some of the core platforms, is what you do today can very easily impact the next campaign you do, because you're able to sort of piggyback on the results of the prior. You can do that a little bit in those other platforms too, but Meta has really carved out a unique and, quite frankly, a very easy way to do this.
Yeah, it's interesting with Meta, because people can watch a video and engage with it as a watch time thing. That's an engagement metric for Facebook. All of a sudden now you've built a relationship with that person. The next ad they see is much more likely to convert. I mean, we see time and time again that the engaged audiences that we're building other ad campaigns off of are the lower CPMs, higher converting things, because those people already have a relationship with you. It's like, if you just ask somebody to marry you, is the old adage from marketing, right? It's like, if you just ask somebody to marry you, you might ask 100 people, maybe one says yes, that's sales. But marketing is like, you date a bunch of people, maybe not. This analogy is falling apart. You want to warm people up before you ask them for anything, right? And I think that's where Meta's real strength is that if you're a well-rounded business owner, you know the power of building a relationship with all of your customers. And if you're that sleazeball that just wants to extract as much value as possible out of the customer relationship, like A, we hate you. B, your customers definitely hate you, and you're probably not going to be in business very long anyways. So look, we get it. tons of money is being spent every year on these platforms, and like we have a heart for small business owners. That's why we have a free paid ad audit. If you go to highbeammarketing.com and contact us there, if you're running ads, we'll look at everything you're doing. I think we have up to 100, maybe more, different checkpoint things that we'll look through, and we're going to give you a pass, okay, or fail. And it's going to be very tactical with like, you can do this to do better, you can keep doing this to keep up the results you're getting, or you should just stop doing this altogether. And we've had a lot of success doing this for people that are already running their own ads and they're thinking about using an agency, or maybe they're using an agency and they're frustrated that the agency's not doing the thing they said they were going to do. So check out highbeammarketing.com and get your free paid ad audit.